Tracy, hello. I know this is a little quick, but I have a favor to ask you. Hello, Dawn. Is this favor you have to ask has anything to do with using my yard? Then I'm going to have to say no again. What? You're always telling me no each and every time, and I'm getting tired of it. And that's because no matter how many times you've asked me, my answer has not changed. I'm just being upfront and honest with you about it so that we're not wasting one another's time any longer. You're being cold though. If you keep all that up, people are going to start calling you the boring and cold mom in town. Is that what you want? Do you have any idea what us other moms are already starting to call you amongst ourselves? What? They're calling you the Queen of Ice. Oh, is that so? If you don't want to be called that anymore, then let me use your yard. I just thought it would be the perfect place to have a barbecue party or something like that, as it beats all these crappy public parks. Actually, I was just assuming you guys were all calling me something worse, so I don't really care. And even if you were calling me something horrible, I still would not care. Huh? I'm not even friends with any of the moms you hang out with, Dawn, so I don't really mind what you all have to say about me. Huh? I've heard about you inviting other women over to your house to have coffee and tea out on your deck. And those are not other moms or anything. They would be my younger sister and her 2 kids. Huh? My little sister isn't too much younger than me, and her kids are around the same age as mine, so they come over often and have fun here. What? I had thought you were having other moms over to your house without me, but that doesn't seem to be the case then. Why can't you start inviting us over for a change? What makes us any different than your family there? Well, my family and your group of moms are quite different actually. They happen to respect me and my decision, and will never continue to pester me about my choices, even if they think I have no right being cold to them. Whatever. Just because you have that massive yard surrounding your house doesn't mean you're all that great of a person anyway. Are we done here yet? I'm still working at the moment, so I need to focus on that again. If you have anything else you'd like to talk about, let me hear it now. If not, then this is goodbye. Loser. I'm going to get into that yard of yours one way or another and do what I want with all of the other mom friends. I'll show you. Hiya, Tracy. This is about your yard again. No. What? Such a waste you are. But listen to this. I know about something that you might not like. What's that? I heard that you happen to work for the same company that my husband is working for. Oh, is that so? And when I compare my husband's age to your age, there is no doubt that my husband is higher up than you within that company. In other words, he's your boss, right? And if you're not going to listen to the wife of your boss like you have been, things might begin to get more troubling for you at your workplace. So, what are you going on about now, Dawn? I have never heard of any situation where someone like me would have to listen to my boss's wife. And I'll let you know right now that a company your husband and I are working for does not view the same thing you do, so please do not use neither your husband's position or mine in that way. Huh? As of right now, I'm not too sure what department your husband works for or what position he's in, so I'll have to take a look and see. But let me tell you right now that based off what I do know, it's better that you don't start pulling things like that with me. Huh? I'm not pulling anything with you. I think I have every right to, when my husband could get rid of you at any minute. Now you listen to me, Tracy. I think you're better off not talking to me like that ever again, unless you want to start crying over things I can make happen. I'm not so sure what else could happen if you fight back against me, but this is your warning, alright? Let me say this one more time. I am the wife of your boss, and you'll listen to every word I say. You are going to let me use your yard for one day. This is an order from me, so there is no going against this. Tracy, it seems that starting this evening you're no longer going to be at home, right? According to some other people, your husband has something going on back at his parents' house, so you're all going. You all won't be back until later tomorrow, right? That means your house is going to be empty for just one whole day. So in other words, this means you finally come around to listening to the wife of your boss and are going to let me come over there. I just happened to get a really nice grill from one of my friends that I plan to bring over. I'll set it up in your backyard, and then me and all my other mom friends are going to get together and have a proper barbecue party. So let me tell you once more, we are all going to be having a really nice barbecue out behind your house in the backyard, okay? Had you lent me your yard while you were in town, I would have let you come to this really nice barbecue where we'll be cooking up some really good ribs and a few porterhouse steaks as well. Well, it's too bad that you and your family won't be around for it. Anyway, we're all going to cook up all this amazing meat I have, and we're all going to eat it up without you. Tracy, listen, later on, can you make sure to give me $2,100? Turns out that I didn't get enough food for everyone to have, so we needed to go to a meat store in town and buy up some really high-grade stuff. So this will be the cost of that meat, and also the cost of some more liquor that we had to pick up in town as well. And of course, this liquor is all high-end stuff. One other thing, we're all going to be ordering pizza to be delivered. Along with that, we'll get some 2 liters of pop and other things to go along with the food like snacks for later. So with that all in mind, the cost will come around to $2,100. Since this barbecue is taking place at your place, you're going to have to cover the bill for all of it when you get back, okay? I've already planned on paying for all with my credit card, so after today, I'd like you to send me that money so I can pay it off. My God! Just thinking about all the fun we're having here makes me want to do barbecues at other people's houses even more. Well, I'm going to get back to it and start putting some more steaks on the grill. Huh? What is this? Dawn? Are you freaking kidding me? Going and having a barbecue at my house like that? Well, if it isn't Tracy, I want to know where the hell you entered my yard from as well. I just came in through your front gate is all. Well, I guess I had to do with a little handiwork with the lock, which may have broken it. But that's all on you since you chose to put a dang lock on the neighborhood's public barbecue park. Were you all trying to hog it to yourself? I have not been hogging anything. I told you time and time again every time you asked that you could not use my yard for anything. Do you remember? I don't want to have to keep repeating myself about this. This was an order given to you by your boss's wife, which means saying no to me was never an option for you. And I told you that it's not normal for someone to think that just because their husband is the boss of someone else, they can make that someone else do anything they ask. Well, you'll get used to it over time. Now, just like I told you earlier, I'd like to have that $2,100 handed over to me tomorrow. I'm not paying you anything. Also, when it comes to cleaning up the mess we'll make, you can do that when you get home from your in-laws. I'll also leave you to clean up all the plates and cups, as well as the grill for me. You listen to me right now, Dawn. What is it? Do you have any idea whose yard you're having a barbecue at the moment? Huh? Why you know exactly whose yard this is? I shouldn't have to answer such a stupid question that for you, right? But I will. This yard happens to be my husband's employee's yard. Oh, for crying out loud. Really, I never wanted to play this card with any of the moms in the neighborhood, but you all have given me no other choice with all the crap you've been doing here. What the hell is going on in that head of yours? That happens to be the CEO's house. What? The CEO? Your husband happens to be a manager in the manufacturing department for the SLO, right? He is, but... Hey, what do you mean this house is the CEO's house? In other words, the CEO of SLO. That would be me. So there you go. Huh? If you're not going to believe me, then you can try asking your husband about me. Or better yet, take a look at the company's webpage and scroll to the bottom to learn about me. I think you'll be able to learn the truth really quickly then. What? This is all a joke, right? You're telling me that you're the CEO for the company my husband works for? I'm going to be coming back to my house tonight. I received a call from a neighbor a little bit ago, and he told me that you all have been making so much noise that it's disturbing the whole neighborhood. He also told me he saw you all slamming shots to get drunk quickly. He also explained that a lot of the flower beds around my house have been trampled on by you guys. And when it comes to the koi pond I have, you all have been throwing your trash into it. He was planning on calling the police, thinking you were all kids vandalizing my house, but he wanted to check with me first. Tracy? When it comes to all of this, my husband, I will definitely be talking with him about it. You hold your horses there. If you don't want me talking with him about it, will you be able to cover all the damages to my property just by yourself? You happen to be a housewife, so when it comes to the money you get, it's all coming from your husband, right? But the amount of money you'll be paying me will depend on the extent of the damages to my yard, as well as based on how much I'm upset by all this. Also, there's one other thing. What? Sirens? The police? My neighbor ended up calling the police after we talked. As I said, he had every right to since I wasn't home and didn't know enough about who was all behind this time. But I was just having so much fun throwing this whole barbecue. Why did this have to happen to me all of a sudden? My neighbor told me he had gotten home a couple of hours ago, and that whole time he had never noticed that my husband or I were not there. He had called me at first to tell me to quiet down, but when I told him I wasn't home, he said he should have known that sooner. After our talk and him explaining to me the situation of what's going on, he said he'd do something about it, and I told him to go right ahead. Well, anyway, there's no point in me explaining to you what happened anymore. Now, I'll hear from you later. Tracy, what the hell is this you wanting from me $10,000 for the damages to your yard? Are you sure you're not overcharging me? I also found out you told my husband about all of this. He's telling me we're getting a divorce now. Do something about all of this, please. The last time I ever had to work a job was back in high school, and that was just a part-time job. Having to get back out there and finding a job now at all times, there's no freaking way I can do that. Hey, Tracy? I'm asking you nicely to please not look away from this. $10,000? That amount of money. I just don't have that kind of money laying around. My husband even told me to hand it all by myself now, so I'm not being helped by anyone. Tracy! Why are you not freaking replying to me? You're not even reading any of these dang messages anymore either. Hello? I'm going to be divorced if you don't do something about this. Hey, help me to freak out. And don't charge me $10,000 for that party, okay? Listen to me, Tracy. The way my yard was left after the barbecue, well, it was downright awful. So in order to have some landscapers come in and fix everything for me, the price would be around $10,000. A few days after that party, the manager of the manufacturing department came to my house with $10,000 in cash and handed it to me before saying sorry for what his wife did. However, I really wanted that $10,000 to come from Dawn's sweat and tears so that she'd learn from it. A lot of people have told me to have some of the other moms there to pay up for the damages as well, but that will be sorted out later when they all have to go to court and face a judge for trespassing on my property. I'm going to assume some of them will get community service, and others will have to pay fines to whoever asks for them. My lawyer will be there as well representing me, so maybe I'll get even more money in settlements out of them all. As for Dawn herself, it doesn't seem like she's learned her lesson from all of this yet, and because of that, her husband was able to get the rights through his kid in the divorce, and all of them have left her. When all of this happened to her, I received one large text from her, where she went all crazy saying all these slurs towards me and telling me how much she hates me. But when reading all of it, I thought to myself that I really have no more time for her, then I proceeded to block. And ever since that day, life at my home has really been quiet, and I have never run into Dawn or any of her annoying mom friends ever again. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought about the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next